What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Big Elf Gaming. Now before we get into today's video, I just want to apologize real quick because I accidentally started this level before pressing record, and because of that, once I exited out of the level, I can no longer show you guys the blurb of text with the level introduction. We can still watch the cutscene, but unfortunately that little blurb of text is gone, and the only way I could recover it is by starting a new game. So I'm really sorry about that, guys, but if it's any consolation, the blurb of text was not very interesting. It really didn't say a whole lot. It was really just talking about more about Poe's battle, upcoming battle with Tai Lung and how he's still angry, escaping prison, blah blah blah. Nothing too exciting, but yeah, sorry about that. Gonna go ahead and hop into the level now. We're going to be entering some treacherous waters. Very, very dangerous. More crocodiles upcoming.
Master Shifu, how much further is it to the palace?
One step closer than the last time you asked.
Hey, what's this?
Trouble.
It's just an old bridge. I don't see anything.
Because you are not looking. If you were, you would have seen the goose.
What goose?
Ah! Wait! Maybe you guys can help. The Croc Gang has taken Pagoda Island. They're holding the others captive!
I understood that you and Master Crane had overpowered them earlier and restored order.
We did, Master. Me and Master Crane, we saved those cute little tortoise guys and totally kicked some ugly gator butt. You should have seen it.
All right, then. You can go first. I will take the relics for safekeeping and meet you on the island. We leave at once.
Alright, so we are right here on the bridge to start off this level. And before we hop into it, this is probably the easiest level of the game. It's going to be probably the shortest video that I've recorded so far. We have to just rescue 4 villagers and collect 2 rare coins, and that's it for the entire level. Yeah, there's going to be some crocs along the way, but there's really not a whole lot to it. We're just going to leap away on these lily pads, just keep on hopping and hopping and hopping. That's what pretty much this entire level is going to consist of. And we'll get over to this island. You can see the lamp will turn off. Ooh, I almost fell in right there. And we'll hop over here and we will rescue villager number 1. Use a strong attack on the little cage that they're in order to break it as quickly as possible. And yeah, at the start of this level, Shifu was having a little chat saying that he thought that me and Poe and Master Crane, you know, took care of business with the crocs. And honestly, we did. Like, we kind of beat him up pretty badly last time, but I don't know. I guess they're as resilient as the gorillas because the crocs are back and they're hungry for some more. But yeah, head over here onto this little patch of lily pads to get goose number 2, I guess. And now we kind of need to go back around to where we started at in order to find the 3rd goose. And the 4th one is just on the little island in the center there. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to keep hopping and hopping. And we've got some of the crocs who are throwing dynamite sticks at us. So we're going to be super careful and we're going to avoid those. Now keep hopping away. And you'll see we've got some lanterns coming up here. The lanterns are just nice little checkpoints to show you what islands you've been to and which islands you have not. So you can see we've got this lantern over here on this island telling us it's like a lighthouse. It's like a beacon of welcome, you know? And we just got hit with a little stick of dynamite there, but it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't do too much damage. And we've got the final goose to rescue here. And there we go. There's number 3. I guess not the final, but the final one on this little lap of lily pads. And with that, we can go ahead and make our way over onto the center here. So follow this little patch of lily pads right over this way, and you'll be able to make your way onto the center island. And I almost fell off, but thankfully I didn't.
Well, I am glad to see. You finally made it.
Hey, you had a boat. All this jumping around isn't as easy as I make it look, you know?
Of that I am sure. Now, get over here and fend off these crocodiles. I am needed up ahead.
Right, Master Shifu. On my way to, fend.
Make sure you check the pagoda for prisoners. Then meet me at the river's entrance.
Check. Time to eat panda paw crocodilios.
Alright, there we go. So the crocodilios are about to eat some panda paw, and they absolutely chomped on the panda paw for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Alright, we've got the final villager right here. We can go ahead and...
All the trapped villagers.
I guess it was a villager. I kept saying goose, but I guess it was considered a villager. Now, to get the first rare coin on the level, hop up this side of the tower here, and you will get the rare coin. And we can pop right back down and take this little path of lily pads off of the island in the middle. And that should be it for all the crocs that we have to battle for the level. Now we've got another light there that's welcoming us to this little path of lily pads. Now be careful here because the jumps can get a little bit long and I don't want to fall off this time. But there's rare coin number 2. So we'll take this little path of lily pads back and make sure that we're getting the jump. Perfect, we got it. Now we can head towards Shifu's boat. And that's pretty much it for the entire level, guys. No other collectibles, no rare coins, no villagers to save. All we gotta do is steer this boat to safety.
The Croc gang has been defeated this time.
Totally. They begged me not to use my flying butt drop technique. Did it anyway. What next, Chief?
I have just received word that the Furious Five have left the palace to comfort Tai Lung on their own. We have got to make our way to the end of the river. And, don't call me Chief.
Aye, aye, Captain. Got it. Bring any snacks for this voyage?
So Shifu's kind of a crappy master, man. Like, he isn't cool with being called
Use
chief.
your weight to steer
He
the
isn't
boat.
cool with being called captain. And not only that, he didn't even bring any snacks for this trip down the river. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you know who you're like
Steer the
going out
boat
on
by
this
moving
mission to
around,
work
Poe.
with, right? Like, you're dealing with Poe, the literal panda. He weighs like 1,000 pounds. You know, he's the egg master, according to the turtle from a couple videos ago. Like, you would think that Shifu would know a little bit better to prepare some snackage. But yeah, this boat part is really easy. You've got a few crocodiles that are like tossing some dynamite sticks at you, but they like hardly do like any damage at all. You could probably like, you know, get hit by every stick of dynamite and you still would pass the level. So like, just like don't be hitting the rocks. Just try and like avoid all the rocks and don't worry about the guys throwing dynamite at you and you should be just fine. So yeah, Poe's just doing all the steering here with like his body weight. He's able to absolutely maneuver this. And look, Shifu is being as lazy as Crane, bro. Like, remember Crane who was just flapping away overhead? Well, Shifu is, you know, just twiddling his thumbs here in the backseat of this boat, telling us what to do. And guys, that's literally it. That's the level.
The five are heading for a remote and treacherous part of the Wudan Mountains to meet Tai Lung in single combat.
Wow! Single combat? Well, why not all together? Since they're, together. Crazy.
This is my fault. I must go to them while there is still time. You will continue on to the palace with the sacred relics. It is safe to assume you know the way, right?
Oh, absolutely. No problem. Oh, yeah, it's, over there. That way, right? You wouldn't happen to know the way to the palace, would you?
So there we go, Poe's being a little bit directionally challenged there, and by the time that he realized he was being directionally challenged, Shifu had already left. He absolutely scampered on out of there. But that's it for the level, guys. We rescued the 4 villagers and collected the 2 rare coins, and that's it. In the next level, we will get to have our first little battle with Tai Lung. It's a very basic battle, and it does not involve Poe at all. It's just the Furious Five. But yeah, that's all I got for this one, guys. We barely made it over the 10-minute mark, but yeah, definitely the shortest level and probably the easiest level of the game. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.